Today I'm addressing more questions about the chain training. A lot of times the people have been reading my chain training PDF over at the reddeltaproject.com. They're asking me particularly questions like, I feel the tension more in certain areas. You know, like in my shoulders, my chest when I'm doing push-ups, not in the triceps and so forth. And as I covered in this video, a lot of times we tend to be either elbow or shoulder dominant with some exercises. And part of chain training is becoming not dominant at all in either one. You're like if you're doing a push-up, you're just as much focused about your shoulder coming forward as your elbow straightening. It's an equal thing. The other thing too is sometimes our tension is fragmented from years of bodybuilding style training. We're like, well, I do this exercise for this muscle, and this exercise for this muscle, and this exercise for that muscle. And the brain, it just doesn't quite know how to make it all gel together very much, because we think of muscles, individual muscles, and I covered that in the PDF about how classic training methods in certain ways have fragmented our muscle tension. So it's here, and it's not really so much here, and it's over here, and that fragmented muscle tension holds you back. So it takes time to build tension evenly throughout a muscular chain. It takes time, it takes practice. Hell, you could probably train this, chain training for the next 10 years and you're still getting better at it. It's no different than any other skill. Tension manipulation is a skill. You're always gonna get better at it. Doesn't mean you're doing anything wrong now. It's just we keep doing it better and better. The other thing too is, again, we have weak links a lot of times. So a big example is when people start doing push-ups and they're like close to their elbows close into the rib cage, and they're like, oh, that's a tricep push-up. That's all in the triceps. I only feel it in the triceps. No, that's because that's the weak link. It's not emphasizing that muscle. It's that muscle's now working a lot harder because it's never needed to work that hard to begin with. So as a result, that's the weak link in the chain. And the beautiful thing about chain training is that it goes after the weak links first. Everything else is involved. Don't worry about that. You're still working it. But it's going to strengthen those first. Then it's going to strengthen the next one, and the next one, and the next one, and the next one, and the next one. And then before too long, the entire chain is working in a very even way. But you got to give it time. You got to give those weak links time to catch back up. And if you just do a couple of workouts and you're like, oh, that's all in the triceps, something's wrong, I got to change something. No, just stay on it. Just don't change anything. Chain training works by just not changing anything and letting the body catch up and adapt. And then finally, like I said, keep practicing using things like the PTR method I outline in the PDF, and just practicing manipulating tension. One of the things that I've been using a lot, Isometrics. So if you're doing push-ups and you're like, I just can't get it in, my chest or my triceps or whatever, hold a position, tricep, push-up position, whatever, and just focus on tensing up the muscle, whatever muscle it is. Then go to the bottom. Focus on tensing up the muscle. And holding. Then go to the top, do it again. Top and bottom position, isometric. That way you're training your muscles to work, because the entire point, as far as I'm concerned, the entire point of any exercise is learning how to manipulate tension within your muscles. Once you have that, you get everything else much easier. But if you don't have that, well, you're screwed. All right. Questions below. Check out the PDF and be fit, live free.